Bank assisted program wants the benefiting communities to show seriousness by fulfilling their financial obligations.
CSDP operates on CDD approach, which is community-driven development. Yes. And by community-driven development, that means initiative, ownership is from the bottom to the top. So they are, number one, to ensure ownership. They are to ensure that they contribute the community contribution. When they contribute, it shows that they have stake in the project, and after the completion of the project, because their money is involved, they will ensure that they maintain it.
She explained that only the poverty map of 6 local government areas in the state were approved by the agency's headquarters in Abuja, and thanked the state government for its assistance and support to the project. According to him, the provision of infrastructure in the rural areas supported by Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku-led administration have greatly improved the lives of the rural dwellers.
The project is for the community. It's not for an individual. So no individual should claim ownership of such property or such infrastructure that they own it. No, it's for the entire community. Their sons and daughters, the vulnerable, the women, the men, the elderly, all for their interest, and they should be allowed to have access to it.
Our general manager expressed concern over a large number of contract seekers patronizing the project office for contracts, explaining that all projects are executed by the benefiting communities according to the World Bank assisted guidelines. It is generally believed that for every action, there is always a repercussion attached. The case is not different with people who are in the habit of taking undue advantage of others, either in business, politics, family relationship, or social life. People who cheat their way to the top or use crafty means to gain favors consider themselves to be smarter and wiser than those they cheat, but in the real sense, they have only been bestowed with an undeserved trust. In this report, our reporter Achom Sabat Anjuma examines cheating and its effect on the society. The report.
The online dictionary describes cheating as an act of being dishonest or unfair in order to gain advantage over others, as well as find easy ways out of unpleasant situations through crude means. Cheating is indeed a universal problem, as humans are prone to cheat by nature. Commenting on the issue, a lecturer with the Sociology Department, Taraba State University, Jalingo, Mr. Ahima Solomon Igashi, said cheating has to do with cutting corners to obtain things, undermining or playing on people's intelligence. He said, though some people cheat because they feel they do not have the needed capacity to succeed, others cheat because it is their nature, as they consider it an act of smartness, saying cheating is wrong and has negative effect on human relationships, irrespective of the reasons behind it.
Other people cheat because it is in them to cheat. They are habitual cheat. They have made it a habit to cheat. They call it smartness. If you don't cheat, you are not smart. That's what some people think. For students, you know, students, like the case of exam malpractice is one of those vices we have in our campuses. By the student's handbook, examination misconduct or malpractice, there are spelled out punishment.
He advised the public to desist from cheating and embrace transparency in their dealings with people, so that the trust people have in them would not be destroyed, as well as guard their integrity and dignity. Looking at it from the religious perspective, both the Christian and Islamic faiths discourage cheating in whatever form. In his comment, the resident pastor of the Father's Delight International Ministries, Jalingo, Pastor Lexon Paninga, said the Bible in the book of Romans encourages Christians to present all things honest before all men, as well as work in love towards all men, adding that people who cheat only get away with it for a short while, but in due season, they reap the same things they have sown. In the same vein, the Imam of the Police Headquarters Mosque, Jalingo, ASP Shuaibu Kirim, said the Quran prohibits cheating and warns that anyone who cheats is bound to face the wrath of Allah, both in this life and the life hereafter, adding that people who were cheated should not take laws into their hands, but report to constituted authorities for appropriate actions.
But when one comes to Jesus and then they will know the fruit of the Spirit, I believe he'll be able to overcome such things. But then there are people I know who are naturally more prone to such things because they think they are wise or they want to do evil and get away with it. And so that pushes them into such things. I believe you want to live and impact lives, then I don't think you should be one who wants to cheat. And then the other thing I want to add is love with all of your heart, embrace the word of God, and live as the Bible encourages you to live.
But Allah said, do not cheat one another. Many verses, numerous verses where Allah prohibited cheating. Prophet said, and during his last pilgrimage, the farewell Hajj is very famous, very known in the Islamic world, that I enjoy you to live in peace, to respect one another, to not cheat.
Similarly, some people who spoke to TV Taraba News expressed their utmost displeasure on the issue of cheating, stressing that cheating is bad in all ramifications of life, as it destroys trust, tarnishes the image and reputation of persons involved. Achon Sabo Danjuma, TV Taraba News.
On a sad note, the death has been announced of the clerk to the local government legislative council, Alhaji Saidu Aliyu Lau. Alhaji Saidu Aliyu Lau died yesterday in Jalingo at Umma Clinic after a brief illness. He was at one time secretary of the Muslim Council in Lau local government area. Late Alhaji Saidu Aliyu Lau left behind his wife Hajia Hassana Saidu Aliyu Lau for children and other relations to mount him. Prominent among his children, according to the statement released by the leader of the Legislative Council, Honorable Ahmed Anjuma Soke, Aisha Aliyu Lau, Alhaji Bashiru Saidu Aliyu Lau, and Amina Saidu Aliyu Lau of the public, Aminu, I beg your pardon, Saidu Lau of the Public Complaints Commission, Jalingo. The deceased has since been buried according to Islamic injunction. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Well, that has been the news at 10. We'll be back with more reports at 7:30. Till then, enjoy our programs.
the coming of this administration is
2018, then you'll be coming to see most tangible differences in the Nigerian mining sector.
Ministers, I put my dear brother. They are ministers of.
Good day, viewers. This is your favorite program, Kiddies Palace. Kiddies Palace, where we bring in our kids, our teens, and we bring them together to give us beautiful words from the knowledge God has impacted in them. And I am your friend, the producer and presenter of this program, Akinwemi Moluwatosi Olamide is my name. Today I have beautiful kids in the house, beautiful things in the house, and I'm going to be speaking to us on a very, very popular topic that, you know, everything, there's no how you pass through that stage of teen that you are not going to face that kind of challenge. Today we are going to be talking on peer pressure, the negative part, the positive part, the benefit, and everything we are going to be talking about. So I have my guests in the house, and I have my anchor in the house already. Omori Isos Precious is in the house. So come with me as we discuss about peer pressure. Catch you at the other side. Bye.
Good morning, viewers. You are welcome to another wonderful program in Kiddies Palace. Today's show promises to be great, and I hope you will enjoy it here with us. Well, my name is Omori Isos Precious. I'll be anchoring today's talk show program, and I have with me in the house wonderful teenagers, wonderful children that are ready to talk to us today. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Rosely Joseph.
My name is Miracle.
My name is Faith Simon.
My name is Zainab Muhammad.
My name is Nehemiah Matesani.
Oh, thank you very much. As you can see, these wonderful young ones here, they are ready to explain a very important topic to us today. They are ready to teach us what peer pressure is, how to resist peer pressure, what are the causes of peer pressure. So sit back, relax as we begin. So we are going to be starting with Miracle. What do you understand by peer pressure? We'll be hearing the word peer pressure. What can you say about peer pressure?
Peer pressure. Peer pressure, before we know what is peer pressure, we are going to look into the word peer. Peer is a people that you associate with, they are mates with you in age or classmates. For example, it can be those that you play with at home or school. So let's look into what is peer pressure. Peer pressure is when you are being influenced by your friends that you play with. It can be negative or positive. So that's what you know.
Wow. You have actually made us to understand that the word peer and pressure, when it comes together, it means we being influenced by the people we move with, we being influenced by the people we associate with in doing what ordinarily we are not supposed to do. That is a very good one. So, Miss Faith, can you tell us the two types of peer pressure? I know we have different types of peer pressure. Can you make our viewers out there to know the different types of peer pressure that we as teenagers are likely to face?
Okay, we have the two types of peer pressure, which are negative peer pressure and positive peer pressure. So I'll be starting with negative peer pressure. Negative peer pressure are when your peers influence you to do the bad thing, like when they influence you to steal, smoke, or you tell lies. While positive peer pressure are when your peers influence you to do the good thing. For example, when they advise you to read your books, to obey your parents.
Wow, that is a very good one. I believe kids out there, I believe teenagers out there can actually now differentiate between negative and positive peer pressure. You can actually now know which one have you been influenced. Have you been influenced positively or you have been influenced negatively? It is a very good one. So I would like to ask Ms. Zainab, what do you think can cause this negative peer pressure? Because I think the negative peer pressure is a very important a type that we need to look into. What do you think can cause people to be influenced negatively?
Well, number one is bad friend. When your friend is smoking, drinking, stealing, telling lies, doing something that is bad, and you follow him, you will become bad too because he is a bad, so that we should mind the friends that we are going to. That is what that they are saying. Show me your friend, I will tell you who you are. The second one, lack of belief in one's. When your confidence is low. The third one, lack of love from family members. When a parent does not take care of their children, they will not pay their school fees. They don't know whatever they are doing. That is means number 3. That is all.
Wow. She has just said 3 wonderful things that we need to look into. The very, very important one that she said, show me your friend and I will show you who you are. There's a common saying that birds of same feather flow together. It is very, very important that we choose our friends rightly, because when we move out with the bad friends, we are likely to be bad also. She also mentioned that the lack of love from our parents can also cause us to be influenced negatively by our peers. I think viewers out there, I think you are taking notes of these things that these wonderful teenagers are trying to teach us. Okay, I think we need to look into the reason why people easily give in to peer pressure. People don't just be influenced negatively. What do you think, Mr. Nehemiah, what do you think is the reason why teenagers like you, why children like you, upcoming ones like you, give in to peer pressure? Is it that they are, especially negative peer pressure, is it that they are pressurized or what?
Well, the reason why people give in to peer pressure, number 1, to be liked. They want other people to like them. Secondly, to fit in. For instance, maybe you see the group of people who they form their groups. They are doing their thing. You don't know where they start and you don't know where they are trying to get, and you see their reaction is good for them and you just enter and you don't know where that group will take you. It can easily all change your life to do bad things such as armed robbery or and so on.
So for example, you see your peers smoking and you're like, let me try it. And let me try, you tend to actually start smoking. For example, you also see your friend involved in courtesan, and you discover that because you did not join them, they are trying to make sure, they are trying to give a distance away from you, because you want them to like you. You will want to also join them. And another good example is that you see your friends going out there into fornication and different immoral art, and because you just want your friends to like you, you want to give in. And it is very, very important we do not give in to negative peer pressure. Thank you very much, Mr. Nehemiah. Before we round up today's show, there's one important thing that we need to look. We've been able to look at the definition of peer pressure, the types of peer pressure, why people give into peer pressure, the effect, and the causes. But how do we resist peer pressure? And I know Mr. Miracle here can tell us something. How do we resist peer pressure? For example, you are pressurized by your peers to do what is wrong. This is negative peer pressure now. To do what you are not supposed to do. How do you resist it? How do you come out of this thing? Mr. Miracle, can you tell us how to resist peer pressure?
There is many ways to resist peer pressure, but we are going to look into few. Number 1, you have to talk to an elderly person or trusted person that can give you advice. The person that you trust that cannot mislead you. Number 2, you have to have self-control. You have to discipline yourself. There is some characters that your friend plays that you don't like. You have to discipline yourself not to behave so. 3, you have to have self-confidence in yourself and believe in yourself. Know that you are going to do it. That's all I have to say about
wow. That is great. Okay. He has been able to tell us how to resist peer pressure, which is very, 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 very wonderful. That is how to resist peer pressure. So I want Miss Roslyn to actually tell us what peer pressure can actually cause in our life. What are the effects of peer pressure to us?
There are many types of effects. There are many effects of peer pressure. The negative peer pressure. 1, you will get addicted to bad habits. When I say you get addicted to bad habit, that means you will get used to bad habits. Like you will get used to stealing or telling lies two, it can lead to stubbornness. By the time you're being influenced badly by your peers, you will be stubborn to your parents. You will not even hear what they're telling you. And three, it can lead to poor performance in your school. When you begin to follow bad friends, you will not be reading your book. By the time you write exam, you will see your grade is low. And three, it can lead to you will lose your integrity. You will not be sincere to yourself, neither will you be sincere to somebody else. I think that is all I have with the negative peer pressures we have.
Wow. Miss Rosalie has actually told us the effect of this negative peer pressure we are just talking about. She said one thing, she said it can lead you to be addicted to some certain art. For example, when you start smoking, it makes you addicted to it, and for you to stop it will become a problem. And also, when you start going into courtesan, for you to leave it becomes a problem. So today, she has been able to explain to us that it can cause addiction, negative addiction. And she also made mention, she actually made mention of stubbornness. Because you give in to peer pressure, it can actually cause you to become stubborn at home. Viewers out there, especially our young ones, hope you have been learning from this exciting program called Kiddies Palace, and we've been talking about peer pressure. Hope you have been learning from it. This is where we wrap up the show today. We've been able to explain to us most everything about negative peer pressure. But before we call it a day, I would like some of our discussants here to just say one or two things to the audience. Miss Rosalie, what do you have to say to your audience? Just a word.
Well, my advice to my mates and the audience over there is that believe in yourself.
Wow, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Be determined. Be focused. I do tell people that the end of the road is never the end. The bend of the road is never the end of the road. Believe that you can do it. Whatever you put your hand doing, just believe and be determined and know that you will get there. Ms. Faith, what is your advice to them?
My advice there to people is that know the kind of friend you keep. Know the kind of people you associate yourself with, whether negative or positive.
Wow. She said know the kind of friends that you keep. Now, you better have to keep positive friends, people that will add impact to your life, people that will add meaning to your life. It is high time you begin to delete friends that doesn't add anything to your life. How will you have a friend that is teaching you how to smoke? It is very, very wrong. You need to delete those type of friends out of your life. And it is high time that you have friends that are ready to make you to be great, that are ready to assist you in becoming somebody great in life. Have friends that are ready to join you in reading. Have friends that are ready to join you in praying, in going to mosque, in going to churches. Just have friends that will add impact, that will bring out the real you in your life. And lastly, Mr. Nehemiah, what is your advice to the audience?
Well, what I can say to my colleagues or my friends, let them be mindful with where they go.
Be mindful of where you go. These our legs can put us into trouble, because where you go actually matters a lot. It is where you go that will determine the type of friends you keep. You cannot be at home and you say you want to keep a bad friend. It is not possible. But when you find yourself in whereby there are a lot of people that are bad, then you will surely know that you are going to be bad. So mind where we go, and also be security cautious. Viewers out there, remain your anchor today, Omori Haisusa. See you next time. Don't touch the die. Have a nice day.
Wow. That was a very, 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 very wonderful presentation by those things. Like I actually learned so many things. When you work with a bad friend, sure you are going to be bad, you know. Show me who your friend is and I'll tell you who you are. Birds of the same feather, you know, they flock together. You cannot see a snake walking with a tiger. You cannot see a lion walking with a goat, sure. So watch who you walk with. And parents at home, please, don't push your kids, your words to this pressure. You know, there are some parts that as a parent, when your children come back from school, there are some questions you should ask. There are some interaction you should have with your kids eat when they come back from school. Not just that you are back from school, just go and take your afternoon meal and you can go and play with your friend. You didn't ask that kid what happened in school today. What are those things that happened in school today? You know, you exchange words with you interact with your kid. By that, they will have that confidence. The issue of self-esteem, especially, you know, when we talk about peer pressure, self-esteem comes first. When you have damaged the self-esteem of your children from home, then I wonder how they want to stand in the presence of their mates, you know, to talk to them. They won't be able, you know, to relate with their friend. They won't be able to relate with their friend. I am very sure that kids at home, teens at home, you've learned so much about peer pressure. You've learned so much about peer pressure. I want you to put it into act. Don't let this program just go by like that. You know, learn something. Learn something. Who you work with determines who you are. So until we come again next week on the same show, I remain Oluwatosin Olamide Akinwemimo. Bye.
مده يجلى والشفاعة تربه أوا كل مجد للورى وجلالة وجاء بآيات مهد كل قالة فمن شك فيه فهو يلف ضلالة أفي الحق شاف بعد ألف ضلالة تقدمها ذكر المدد لتغسسه فوق الخصوص مزية سندعو إليها قسمة أزلية مكانته في المرسلين علية إنارته جزا وعقلا جلية فلا الوهم يستولي ولا شك يقرأ Allah kai da ke roƙo don girman Rasulallah kun ka na zo da dan koko in samu bukata ta in samu kai sako mai sa Rasulallah ta kira Rasulallah
da kai ka Rasulallah
tarai za ka kara dogon masani uban gaske mai matsayin da baya faɗo limami na yan aiki al'arabi almadi aka ce ka ce take tauraron halitta ne babu irinsa sallallahu
da kai ka Rasulallah
ya Allah kaman abuwa laifi na ka yafe shi na yi riko da mai ceto wanda na kasa gane shi tuhidde ko kwajikin ko suna da aikin shi mata na kuban amsa wane ne Rasulallah
da kai ka Rasulallah
ƙarshen da ba ƙarshe Allah ne ya kage shi ba dama ka ce yaushe sun kwace marar gefe da akwai shi ko yaushe ƙarshe ka ce halitta ne babu irinsa sallallahu
da kai ka Rasulallah
ta kauyen maza kauce ba mai ja da kai nawa wanda ya ja da kai asadu yayi wauta ta nunawa dan zamun ƙurai shawa take su takewa yayayya da kai halaka Muhammadu Rasulallah
da kai ka Rasulallah
Abu Hashimin dangi sanni Rasulu barka dai yara gamar maza abdu dole abi ka kai ne dai iko da tarnaken makiya aikawa da sa'a dai mai yaƙi akan taguwa sai Mahmudu sallallahu
da kai ka Rasulallah
kasara siran uhudu can abadar kayan kasu da maza uban dole ai barkai ka kama su annabi na ji sirra sai kai roko ka kyale su yadda ka so ake yi ma Muhammadu Rasulallah
da kai ka Rasulallah
ka lafiya annabi mai jifa a warwa zai kare raba kai ba kaka ka hana kafurai rafi ta canza dauki ne in aka ce da kai ranzi billahi lazi babu kamar Rasulallah
da kai ka Rasulallah
mai lizazi mai sakabu jagora abun koyo mai laƙifu mai zarifu mai saka furai wayo malawi hudokinka ne lale sha fagen fama Muhammadin Rasulallah
labbaika Rasulallah
Mustapha manzon Allah ɗaha ya zarce komai na ziyarci ma'aiki annabi ɗaha ya yi mun komai
Mustapha manzon Allah ɗaha ya zarce komai na ziyarci ma'aiki annabi ɗaha ya yi mun komai
kaga motar kirar musse kwamfiyuta farin fenti kujerin cikinta da laushi babu kira ta ojanti ta yi dodar a bayan kwalta babu rami a kan titi dandanan sai ga mu madina ko muhammad fituhati na tuɗe ta kalma na mun ka kare da ban kwana girmamawa ce ga ma'aiki na muhammad masoyina zuciyata tana kuka kuma ga hawaye idanuna ina ta shauki yau ni ne a gidan muhammad ma'aikina mun kaje muka samu masauki mun ka ajiye ta kokinmu na je na ɗan da sawanka sun yi su ba abokanmu ga gidan namu ga baki babu nisa da manzonmu Allah Allah nake in gana zogon muhammad ma'aikinmu dan uwa kalle muka ga mu ga mu nan babu mai kunci mun taho ga rasulullahi wanda shine cikar yanci madakata ko baka mu da mulkafa da hasan sauci arzikin ka rasulullahi dole ne da sai an ci
Mustapha manzon Allah ɗaha ya zarce komai na ziyarci ma'aiki annabi ɗaha ya yi mun komai
babban masallaci
annabi mai babban masallaci
Allah kara haska ni dan hasken kasantattu ka sake kare ni dan inuwar wadatattu ka sake mun afuwa dan mafakar abuntattu ma'ana rasulallah babban masallaci
annabi mai babban masallaci
subhana ya Allah ba Allahu bayan kai Allahu na gode ba mai bani bayan kai subhana gana a duke ba mai bani bayan kai na zo ka karan haske in iya bude baitoci
annabi mai babban masallaci
na zauna daidai mai siffa da siffofi ka bawa kowa nasa mai kofa da kofofi shiru kake kafu tafsiri sanyi maganin zafi zauna daidai manzan Allah mai yare na larabci ya Mahmudi yake
ya Mahmudi yake
ya Rasul barka da warhaka na haje ka huta dan Allah sannu masoyin mu ba ka barka kau a wajen Allah Ɗaha muna san ka kara babu dan girman Allah ya Rasul mun san ka karɓa muna godiya manzan Allah
ya Mahmudi yake
girgice ke yi mar inuwa ko ina ya motsa zai bi shi bishiyoyi sun zo
Bring it live to you on channel 22, the choice leader on information, on education, on agriculture, culture, entertainment, health and sports. Advertise your goods and services on TV Taraba. Our culture, our heritage, showing live on TV, entertaining, advertising, educating, are things that we do. A mission, a vision, do you wanna know how far? Accurate news coverage. We transmit on 20 kilowatts coverage.
Taraba, the TV channel that leads in choosing the best enlightening, educating, and entertaining programs for you. More to that, our news presentation is always instantaneous and objective. Stay tuned on TV Taraba, the choice leader.
Advertising goods and services on TV Taraba, the choice leader. Also showing now on Star Times.
TV ce uwar gida a Taraba tana tsakar gida.
TV Taraba, gidan talabijin da ya zamo jagora wajen zaɓo muku kyawawan shirye-shirye masu faɗakarwa, ilmantarwa da kuma nishaɗantarwa. Ga kuma uwa uba labarai da ɗumi-ɗuminsu. Ku ci gaba da kallon TV Taraba.
Al'umma na Taraba ku zo ku ji ku ga yadda ake yi bai daya. TV Taraba mun fito.
Nishaɗantarwa yan uwa. Wai a yan tafiya yake gashi mun kawo muku sabuwa.
Al'umma na Taraba ku zo ku ji ku ga yadda ake yi bai daya.
Nishaɗantarwa yan uwa. Wai a yan tafiya yake gashi mun kawo muku sabuwa.
Al'umma na Taraba ku zo ku ji ku ga yadda ake yi bai daya. TV ce uwar gida a Taraba tana tsakar gida.
Nishaɗantarwa yan uwa. Wai a yan tafiya yake gashi mun kawo muku sabuwa.
Al'umma na Taraba ku zo ku ji ku ga yadda ake yi bai daya. TV ce uwar gida a Taraba tana tsakar gida.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello, well viewers. Welcome to this program, French on TV. I am your regular host for Johnson Ndi. Last week, we learned about the days of the week, the 7 days of the week. In today's program, I will bring to you another new topic, the 12 months of the year, les 12 mois de l'année. Les 12 mois de l'année. Les 12 mois de l'année. Janvier. Janvier. January. Février. Février, February. Mars. March. Avril. April. May. May. Juin. June. Juillet. July. Août. August. Septembre. Septembre. Octobre. 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 Novembre. November. Décembre. Décembre. Janvier. Février. Mars. Avril. Mai. Juin. Juillet. Août. Septembre. Octobre. Novembre. December. Hello, don't you find out that most of the words in French, like the 12 months of the year, are almost same. The spellings are almost same despite the light differences with the ER and the NE or RE at the end of. That's from September to October. You find out that there are light differences. We have some new sentences here or some new phrases in English translated into French. Il viendra en janvier. He will come in January. Il viendra en janvier. He will come in January. Il viendra. Il viendra en janvier. He will come in January. Il viendra en janvier. He will come in January. Ça sera chaud en février. Ça sera chaud en février. Ça sera chaud en janvier. Il viendra en janvier. Ça sera chaud